guys, it's Sarah, and today I wanted to share a little bit more about Netgalley with you. What is Netgalley? Netgalley is a website where you can register to be a user and you can request early copies of upcoming book releases to read for free. Now, you do need to have some sort of e-reader or device that you can read books on because they are going to be digital books. These are not physical books that you can request and get in the mail. They are all completely digital. I personally read mine on my Kindle. That's my e-reader that I have that I prefer to use. You can also, I think, read on iPads, Nooks, Kobos, anything like that. I think you can maybe even read on your phone, possibly, but you need to have a way to download it onto something so that you can read it. So, what does that mean? That means that you can create a profile and you can scroll through the books that are available for request, and you request to get those books. Do you get everything that you request? No. And that's the whole point of this video today is that you can definitely get approved for some, but there are also going to be a lot that you're not going to be approved for. And who makes those decisions? The publishers. I've heard a lot of criticism about Netgalley where, oh, well, these people get approved for everything and then these people get approved for nothing, even though my percentage is higher. You know, I have a higher percentage than you. Why am I not getting approved for stuff and you are? Well, that's not always the reality. And I think as content creators, we share certain things. We don't share everything. And I think one of the things that people don't share, especially about Netgalley, is how much do you get approved for versus how much you don't get approved for. And that's why I want to talk about this today, because I think it can be definitely a misconception when people share, oh, I got approved for this and this and this and this. Okay, but also I didn't get approved for this many this month as well. But no one's talking about that. You're only talking about what you're approved because that's like a haul and you're excited and you have access to it and you're going to read it. These you requested and you didn't get them. Therefore, we're going to push these in a corner and not talk about those. So I don't think that as viewers, you guys get the whole picture that way, definitely. And so that's why I wanted to share a little bit today about some of the books that I have been denied, because I do get approved for a lot. I will say that. My percentage is not high. I've been using Netgalley for a very long time. I think probably when I started my channel, I might have started going towards Netgalley, maybe even a little bit before. And I haven't read everything that I've gotten approved for. I have a lot on my Kindle that I have not read that I got approved for on Netgalley. I definitely have been approved for more than I have read and reviewed. That's where the ratio comes in, which I'll talk about in a minute. But there's been a lot that I have not been approved for as well, like a lot. A lot of things I was really excited about and really keeping my fingers crossed and I don't get approved for them. So I wanted to be transparent about that because no one talks about that. So I'm going to talk about it. Like, let's just air all the dirty laundry. Okay, so what is a ratio? Now, a ratio for Netgalley is the number of books that you are approved for versus the number of books that you read and review. That's your ratio, and it's a percentage. So it works that for you. You don't have to do any math, thank goodness. But Netgalley recommends that you have an 80% or higher. And the reason they want that is because that means you are getting approved for books, you're reading the books, and you're reviewing them on the Netgalley website. You get approved, they require that you write your review on Netgalley, and that's how they calculate the ratio, and they know that you've read it because you're giving feedback. And that's for the publishers. So they recommend that you have an 80% or higher because that means you're getting approved, you're reading them, and you're giving them feedback. That shows the publishers that you're committed to doing this, right? However, my percentage is nowhere near 80, and I'm kind of hovering in the same 10th percentile, which I'll show you when we get onto my page here. But I can't get out of that number for some reason. I just kind of hover there, and the reason is, I know why it is. It's because that's where I am. And I will read a few books and I will review them and everything's good and it'll start going up, but then I'll get approved for more, which brings it down. And I do get consistently approved for books. I am trying not to request too much anymore because I also have been getting a lot of emails that have pre-approved links from publishers in them. And that's because I am a booktuber. I have a relationship with some of these publishers already. They know that I use Netgalley and they go ahead and pre-approve me for things. So I will get emails on a weekly basis saying, this book is coming out. Here's all the blah, 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 blah. Here's a pre-approved Netgalley link. Go grab a copy if you want to. So that gives me the choice on whether or not I want to click on that link. If I click on it, then it takes me to Netgalley and I can go ahead and download that book and then it's mine. If I don't want it, I just ignore it and I don't click on the link and then I don't have it. So that started really happening with COVID-19 when it happened because everything shut down. Publishers went to pretty much straight ebook galleys only. They weren't sending out physical review copies for reviewers at that time because it wasn't deemed safe. So a lot of publishers, I think, are still kind of relying on the digital stuff. Like there's still more digital than physical coming in, but it's just easier and probably saving them money, to be honest, to do a digital copy versus a physical. But so that's still happening, and I'm still accepting some of those that are coming in. I don't accept everything that I get offered. I want to make sure that I am interested in what they're offering before I say yes, because to me that's a commitment. So there is that as well. So I do get a lot of pre-approvals because I have a relationship with publishers already. So I know that's not everybody. That's not probably even the majority of people, but it is something that is personally affecting me. And so because of that, I'm a little bit more careful about what I'm requesting and what I'm accepting. So I'm still getting a lot of like pre-approvals, even though I have a lower percentage rate. And I think that's just because I have that relationship already. And I know that's not everybody. So as far as, you know, if you have a really high percentage, but you're not getting approved for things, you know, I don't know why. Don't yell at me. I don't make those decisions. But I know from some articles I've read about Netgalley and some things that they've put out, a lot of it can be, you know, publishers only have a certain amount that they're giving out. So once they hit that number that have been downloaded, they cut it off. Some of it is they're looking for specific types of reviewers for certain books. That could be something. So I don't know who makes those decisions in the publishing world or why, but that's what it is. So Netgalley's not approving you or not. It's the publishers, 100%. So I did want to specify that because I've had some questions. So yeah, with that, we are going to get into my Netgalley. I am going to show you how many I have approved right now that I have not read yet. I don't even know the number, to be honest. It's probably over 100. But I'll show you that number and then I'll show you my percentage, my ratio, and then we'll get into some of the most recent books that I have been denied from Netgalley. Okay, so I will bring my Netgalley profile up here for you. So here we go. So this is what I see when I log in. So it has my name up on top and this is like a dashboard. So it's kind of showing you some things that are available and all that. So I am going to go to view profile and it will show me my profile. Now, right underneath my name, it has my feedback ratio. My ratio is 42%. So of all the books that I've been approved for, I have given feedback on 42% of them. That's not great, guys. So that's half of what they recommend, basically. I'm not going to say require because definitely it's not a requirement, but I've been approved for 219 and I've given feedback on 91. That's in the second line there. So yeah, oh, yikes. And the reason for that is I just kind of hover in the 40s. I'm usually 40 something. I can get up to 48. I can go down to 40. So it's just, I have a hard time getting out of the 40s. And that's just because I will read some and I will review them, but then more will come in. And so it brings me back down into the 40s again. So in order to get out of the 40s, I just need to read some, review them, and then either not accept any for a little while or, you know, just wait until I read a few more before I accept anything or request anything just to get out of the 40s. But it's okay. Like, it is what it is. I'm still getting stuff from publishers just because of that relationship. So it's not like I'm suffering at all, but for some reason I do want to get that back. Like I want to get that up. I'm not stressing out completely about it, but I do want to concentrate on it a little bit more. So, okay, that's my feedback ratio. Now we are going to go to my shelves. Okay, so the first shelf that will automatically pop up is what you need to give feedback for. So these are books that I have been approved for recently. A lot of these were in my most recent Kindle haul. And so these are all the books that I have been approved. Now I have, if you look in the second little section here, it says give feedback. So for see all, I have 123. So that means I have 123 books that I have been approved for and I need to give feedback for. I knew it was over 100, but it's 123. So, yep. Now, I'm not going to go into all those books because nope, that's ridiculous. And I have all those in my Kindle hauls anyway. But we were going to go to declined requests, which is on the bottom here in the not active. Declined requests. So these are books that I have been denied, which means I personally have requested them and they said no. No, thank you. So let's get into that. I don't know how many because there's no number on that one, but these are the most recent. So we're just going to do the first page of these. I'll just scroll through these and then these are going to be the most recent ones. Okay, so Golden Boys by Phil Stamper. I think this is an LGBTQIA+ book about 4 boys who are transitioning, I think, from high school to college, from what I'm understanding. When I remember reading the synopsis, I got denied. It's fine. I love the cover. The Marvelers by Danielle Clayton. This is a middle grade first book in a new fantasy series, and but I did purchase this. I pre-ordered it actually. As soon as I got denied, I went ahead and pre-ordered it. So I had a feeling I was going to purchase it anyway. So I don't know why I bothered with Netgalley, but it's fine. So that is coming to me in May. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I requested it here first, got denied, and then I reached out to the publisher and asked for a physical copy, and they sent me a physical copy. So I have a physical arc of this book anyway, which I need to read soon. Never by Ken Follett. I haven't picked that one up. I will eventually. It's a political thriller from him, which I'm really excited about, but I don't have it as of right now. Friends Like These by Kimberly McCreight. Another one that I definitely want to read. I don't own it. I don't plan to necessarily buy it. I might get it from the library, to be honest. But I have read her before and I really liked what I read from her. So I definitely want to read more. Extasia by Claire Legrand. This one hurt. This one hurt my feelings because Claire Legrand is a favorite author of mine. I do want to own all of her books, so I will pick this up eventually, but I wanted to read it early and I couldn't. So I got denied on that one. I even asked for an early copy as well and never heard anything. So big fat no on that, but that's fine. It's fine. I'll pick it up eventually and read it. Bright Ruined Things by Samantha Coho. I don't remember what this is about, but I'm sure I read the synopsis and was intrigued, so I requested it. I think it has like a little bit of a 1920s Great Gatsby feel to it, possibly. The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. I was denied here, but I got a physical arc of it and I got a finished copy. The publisher mailed me both of those, so that was nice. I appreciated it. So I do have this downstairs on my shelves. The Wife Who Knew Too Much by Michelle Campbell. I've read her before and I really liked what I read. Not necessarily enough to buy a copy, so I don't know that I would buy this necessarily. I might listen to it on audio, so we'll see. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I don't own this. I don't know that I want to, but I still kind of want to read it. I need to give her a shot because I'm hearing such mixed things about her. There are people who love her, people who really don't. So I think she's a little bit polarizing in that way, and I just need to see what I think. But I haven't read anything by her yet, so we'll see. The Wife Stalker by Liv Constantine. I actually have purchased this one. I got it on discount, so I do have a copy of that one. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I got this as a gift from my friend Bobby, and I have read it, and I loved it. Loved it. That was one of my favorite books of last year. Loved that book. So I do own that book, and I have it. And I've read it. 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson. This one is one that I need to do research on before I read it, because I know that this one spoils murders in different books because it's someone who is recreating these murders. So I need to figure out what those murders are and what books those are and see if I want to read them first. And if I do, then I need to read those books first. So it's going to be a whole thing. I'm nowhere near ready to pick that one up anyway, so it's like not a huge deal, but yeah. The Patron Saint of Pregnant Girls by Ursula Heggie. I saw Circus Tents and I clicked it, but it's not getting good reviews, so I'm probably going to skip that one in the end. But Circus Tents, yeah. The Whisper Man by Alex North. I have this book. I got it from a friend, actually. She was unhauling some of her Book of the Month books, and that was one that I wanted to grab, so I did. The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Same thing. I got it from the same friend in the same trip, so I grabbed that one. So I do have that one as well. Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I pre-ordered that one after I got denied on Netgalley for it, so I do have that on my shelves to read. Wilder Girls by Rory Power. That's another one that I think I picked it up at Target, maybe, possibly, but I do have that book. So I will read it at some point. I haven't read it yet. Crown of Coral and Pearl by Mara Rutherford. I have not read that or picked it up, so I don't remember exactly what that's about. And then The Wise by Taryn Fisher. I do have that one. My sister read that from Book of the Month, and then she gave me her copy when she was done. So I do have that one on my shelves to read as well. So those are the most recent books that I requested from Netgalley that I have been denied. Guys, I just wanted to show you that as book reviewers and booktubers, we don't always get what we want. We show you when we do get what we want, but no one talks about what they get denied. So I don't know. This was just one of the easier ways to show you what I have requested and then not gotten. I could do another one of these talking about physical arcs if you want. I would have to really go through and make a list and try to remember what I reached out for as far as arcs go, and what I got denied or what I just never got. So that's something I could do. It would take a little bit more time for me to figure all that out, but if you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, this is reality. So you don't always get what you ask for, you don't always get what you want, and that's just how life goes, right? So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.